Spider-Man came from another universe to swing back into theaters. This is Does It Hold Up? I'm Adam, and my spidey senses were tingling while watching the second adventure of Miles Morales in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is a follow-up to 2018's Oscar winner for Best Animated Feature, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Here we get to see more of Gwen Stacy's life as we visit her dimension before returning to follow Miles Morales and his continued journey of being Spider-Man. Haley Steinfeld and Shameik Moore are back to voice Gwen and Miles respectively, and they stepped their game up from 2018. There's more depth to their performances, and I feel a greater connection between voice actor and character in this film. Other actors to come back are Brian Tyree Henry as Miles' dad, Jefferson Davis, and Luna Lauren Velez as Miles' mom, Rio Morales. Joining them in this new story is Oscar Isaac reprising his role as Miguel O'Hara from the post-credit scene of the first movie, Issa Rae as Jessica Drew, Jason Schwartzman as The Spot, and Karan Soni as Spider-Man India. There's some other great appearances and some great actors behind them, but since we don't do spoilers here, I won't ruin the surprises. This time, we follow Gwen as she tries to save the Spider-Verse from collapsing as the events of the first movie have destabilized realities. Miguel O'Hara has recruited spiders from multiple universes to help put everything back in order and keep things that way. But Miles' new foe, or villain of the week, The Spot, is making that extremely difficult. The story here can get pretty messy at times, dealing with multiverse travel. Going from Gwen's universe to Miles's, to India, to Miguel's, and more, makes things get complicated pretty quickly. The writers, Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Dave Callahan, did their best trying to keep the story consistent and simple, but it was a big undertaking. And although by the end of the movie the story has somewhat come together, I still feel like there were bits and pieces that could have been removed or changed to streamline the story a little bit better. It also felt like most of the joy and humor of the first movie was completely ripped from the script, but that's to be expected with Callahan aboard, who's responsible for movies like Wonder Woman 1984, 2021's Mortal Kombat, and 2014's Godzilla, all downer movies. I missed the fun I had with the first movie. This one became too somber and depressing at times. Traveling through the Spider-Verse is beautiful though. Each world we visit has its own unique visual style. The characters move in different ways, the atmosphere changes, and the complexity of the backgrounds is diverse. The movie as a whole is incredibly gorgeous. They took what worked in the first movie and improved on it in every single way. Except maybe a few sections, and most of those are specifically related to the Spot and the black and white world in which he exists at times. It becomes an overstimulation of the senses and hard to watch as well. So although 95% of the film is beautiful, that other 5% is painful. The themes explored in this movie are much deeper on some levels compared to its predecessor. Here, Miles must come to terms with his place in life and struggle with feeling abandoned by his friends. There's a big reveal in the third act of this movie that may blow your mind, and watching Miles have to deal with this new revelation is extremely well done. His pain, his sense of responsibility, and the crushing weight of not being good enough for anyone is put on full display, and the emotional tightrope he must walk left me reeling. There is something for everyone to connect to in this new version of an aged-up Miles. On top of all this, the soundtrack doesn't seem to have any real standout songs that will get stuck in your head for the next 4 years either, which is disappointing when compared to the classic the first soundtrack was. I didn't find myself wanting to immediately play any song from the movie after leaving the theater. Again, we don't do spoilers in our reviews, so I won't go into specifics, but the end of this movie is a huge letdown. It's almost infuriating the way this movie comes to an end. Let's just say that any future installments in this series can't get here soon enough, and not really for any good reasons. Overall, the 2-hour 20-minute follow-up to one of the best movies I've ever seen, not just animated, was a letdown that overstayed its welcome without giving audiences a satisfied feeling leaving the theater. The highs of this movie reached astronomical heights, but the lows are egregious. As a Spider-Man fan for over 30 years, I'll admit that this movie had me smiling from ear to ear at the references and nods. But as an average moviegoer or even a casual Spider-Man fan, there may be more misses than hits. Over time, the movie may grow on me, but I don't think it'll ever reach the bar set by the original. So with that said, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is getting an A-. This grade should have been an easy A+ with what was set up, but the filmmakers couldn't quite live up to their own ambitions and may leave audiences feeling underwhelmed or at the most just whelmed. If you're a fan of this movie, let us know in the comments below what your favorite part of the movie was. There was a lot to like or dislike, and we can't wait to hear all the different things everyone loved. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great content. Check out our channel for some fun movie facts released daily. And until next time, be good to yourself, be kind, and keep watching movies.